Samsung just unveiled the all-new Galaxy Z Fold 5. They continue to refine the Fold line by improving design features and performance. But how does it compare to the all-new foldable from Google, the Pixel Fold? Well, this is the Galaxy Z Fold 5 versus the Pixel Fold. We're going to compare the Z Fold 5 and the Pixel Fold in 5 different categories, select the winner for each category, and in the end, crown the winner of foldables. Round 1 is price. So nothing's really changed here. Both of these phones are expensive and definitely not for everyone. They both start at $1,800, and that's for the 256GB version. Of course, price goes up as you add more internal storage capacity for either one, but Samsung does offer to double the storage if you pre-order for no additional charge. But we won't be taking into effect pre-order specials because Google also offered freebies when you pre-order the Pixel Fold. So we'll just stick to the regular starting price. Either way, these are really expensive smartphones, and you're going to be paying a premium for the phone to fold. Both Google and Samsung offer a flagship experience for about half the price if folding displays are not your thing, but because the Pixel Fold and Z Fold 5 are the same price and they're equally really expensive, I'm not giving a point to either one for this round because neither one deserves a point for price. Round 2 is design. The Z Fold 5 has a very similar design. You could honestly say that if you've seen a Galaxy Z Fold 4, you've seen a Z Fold 5. Almost identical design, but with some refinements that can really make a difference. First of all, the gap when closed is completely gone. Samsung has finally been able to design a hinge that removes the gap and makes the overall phone thinner when closed. The Pixel Fold has that same gapless design, but is still thinner than the Z Fold 5 when closed. The Z Fold 5 comes in at 13.4 millimeters of thickness when closed, while the Pixel Fold comes in at 12.1 millimeters, which can really be nice when pocketing this phone and taking it with you. When it comes to aspect ratio, I just prefer how the Pixel Fold does things. You have a wider, shorter outer display, which makes it feel more like a regular smartphone. It allows me to use that outer display for more basic smartphone tasks, and when I need that bigger display, open up the Pixel Fold, and there you go. With the Z Fold 5, that outer, thinner, taller display is just harder to get used to. Now when it comes to bezels, that's where the Z Fold 5 definitely wins. That's one design feature that I really don't care for on the Pixel Fold. Yes, it does make it easier to use the Pixel Fold because you have those bezels to kind of hold the phone, but it just kind of looks ugly. Plus, the smaller bezels the Z Fold 4 had, which is similar to the Z Fold 5, were never something I struggled with. So in the end, I feel like the Z Fold 5 has a better looking design, but the Pixel Fold has the more useful and productive design. And for me, I just prefer the usefulness of the Pixel Fold's aspect ratio and design, and that's why it wins round 2. Round 3 is performance. The Z Fold 5 is getting the latest Snapdragon chipset, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, which is just a really powerful chipset. You're getting the latest flagship chipset here with 12GB of RAM. The Pixel Fold has Google's latest chipset, the Tensor G2 chipset, with 12GB of RAM as well. Now comparing these two, there's really no competition. Qualcomm is flexing its muscles here, and the Snapdragon is more useful and more efficient. And Google's Tensor G2 still isn't quite at the same level as the latest Snapdragon. When it comes to battery life, the Z Fold 5 has a 4,400 mAh battery, which is the same as the Z Fold 4, and the Pixel Fold has a 4,821 mAh battery capacity. So slightly larger battery with the Pixel Fold, but power efficiency is not where the Tensor G2 shines, and we know that the Snapdragon will definitely be better when it comes to efficiency. So the Pixel Fold has a larger battery capacity, and the Z Fold 5 has a more power efficient processor, which I think should make these two about the same when it comes to battery. The Pixel Fold has a slightly faster wire charging at 30 watts, while the Z Fold 5 maxes out at 25 watts. So performance wise, I feel like battery, both of these phones will be very similar, but straight up speed and performance when it comes to the processor and reliability, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor will definitely be a better performer compared to the Tensor G2. And because of that, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 wins round 3. Round 4 is cameras. This round is of course subjective, and it may change as we start to see the Z Fold 5's camera test come in, but this round will be based on camera hardware and what I expect from each manufacturer. The Z Fold 5 has a rear triple camera system, a 50 megapixel wide, a 12 megapixel ultra wide, and a 10 megapixel telephoto. For the front facing cameras, you have a 12 megapixel front facing camera and a 4 megapixel under display camera sensor. The Pixel Fold also has a rear triple camera system as well. You have a 48 megapixel wide angle camera sensor, a 10.8 megapixel ultra wide, and a 10.8 telephoto camera sensor. It also has a 9.5 megapixel front camera and an 8 megapixel inner camera. Both have very similar camera hardware specs, but where you might notice a difference is in results. You have the Galaxy camera results or the Pixel camera results. Now, if I had to choose one of these phones that I thought would be better at taking photos and video, or at least the results I would prefer, it would have to go to the Pixel Fold, because Google tends to get more from their camera hardware, and I just prefer the Pixel's computational photography. Plus, you have all those interesting camera features that Google offers, like Photo on Blur and Magic Eraser, and much more. I just feel like Google will do better with what they have on the Fold, and Samsung doesn't really focus as much attention on cameras on the Z Fold line. Overall, these won't be the best smartphones for videos and photos, and they should be very close, and this may be subjective, but between the two, I would choose the Pixel Fold, and that's why it wins round 4. Round 5 is features. Both of these foldables have almost the exact same feature set. They both have IPX8 water resistance and wireless charging. Both of these phones have an always-on display and 120Hz refresh rates. Samsung displays do have a slightly higher peak brightness, and I definitely feel when it comes to displays, Samsung should have the edge. Both of these phones have multitasking features built into the UI, but Samsung's One UI feels like it has more ways to do multitasking. They both have a fingerprint sensor and face unlock, they both have stereo speakers, and are 5G capable. But here's where things get interesting. The Z Fold 5 is S Pen capable, and Samsung designed a slimmer and more compact S Pen that's easier to slide into the Z Fold 5's case and take with you. There is no Pixel Pen for the Pixel Fold, which is kind of a shame for that display. You also have Samsung DeX on the Z Fold 5, which is a fantastic feature. If you want to see how Samsung DeX works on the Z Fold line, check out my video where I talk more about that. I'll link it right here. But Samsung just offers so many useful features when it comes down to it. They've been doing foldables for years now, which allows them to just have more features that they've added over the years that really take advantage of that folding display. One UI even does a better job and forces applications to utilize that full display, while the Pixel Fold doesn't really do that. And because of all of that, the Z Fold 5 wins round 5. So after 5 rounds, we have a tie. The Z Fold 5 with 2 points and the Pixel Fold with 2 points. This is a really close matchup, and I think both of these foldables are going to be great and stand out in different ways. But because I don't like ties, I'm going to select a winner. If I had to choose one of these smartphones that I thought would be better and provide a better overall experience for a foldable, I would have to choose the Galaxy Z Fold 5. Software wise, One UI is more mature and just offers more for foldables. The design is also more refined and I believe should be more durable because Samsung has been doing this for years now. And the feature set with the S Pen and DeX are just really great and make this a folding powerhouse with a really powerful chipset. Of course, we'll have to test this all out and see how the Z Fold 5 really does perform when it's officially released, and my opinions could change, so stay tuned for more reviews and opinions on the Z Fold 5 and Pixel Fold. But what do you guys think? Which folding smartphone would you go with? Let me know with a comment down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos just like this one on tech news, reviews, and opinions, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our new videos, and I'll see you on the next one.